Can you just give us an idea of how important social media is becoming for the political parties?
Social media is absolutely at the heart of the campaigns. And I think what's so exciting is we're now at a stage where the political parties very much understand that. They've taken that on board to really participate in this space. We have seen more content shared. For example, in the last 6 weeks alone, we've seen more video shared across Facebook than we saw in the entirety of the 2010 campaigns from the political parties and the leaders.
What are the differences that you've noticed between 2010 and 2015 in terms of how the parties are engaging on Facebook?
At the beginning, I would say there was more of an emphasis on getting the party on Facebook, getting the party leaders on Facebook. Now, you're seeing backbencher MPs, you're seeing candidates at an extremely local level even, getting in this space and having conversations. But speaking of conversations, I think that's really the other piece that the parties, that the candidates are understanding this time around, is that this is about a two-way conversation. We're seeing Facebook question and answer sessions playing out. We're seeing interaction in comments. We're seeing the leadership actually turning to Facebook to have a conversation, not just to use a new technology.
What's the benefit of using social media, would you say?
Well, there's a few things I would point to. I think one of the most important is this is the kind of space to show one's authentic self. To even ask questions of people as much as you're answering them, to hear what's on their mind, to get a conversational barometer as to what people are caring about in 2015. Whereas I think in more of a traditional media environment, you are out there talking about what matters to you. You're not necessarily responding as much in real time. That's one of the huge differences. But I also think that the element of hidden audiences is happening on Facebook. So often we think of a Facebook page as being about the number of likes on that page. But because the news feed really powers the way that Facebook works, your average person who likes that page and is sharing that content with a number of their friends, with their family. And it's that ability to influence that we actually see pan out in an election season.
How do you predict the impact of social media in this election going, particularly with young people as well, who are, huge consumers of Facebook and other social media?
Well, I actually was spending the day yesterday with 16 to 18-year-olds at a college up in Manchester, talking to them about politics and how this election is playing out for them. And there's a few themes that really come up with young people. One is certainly the importance that politicians are spending time in spaces that matter to them. I see young people as being quite passionate about political debate, but passionate about that debate in spaces where they're comfortable. And young people are comfortable on Facebook, on social media more generally. So I think that plays a huge role. But I also think that once we're shifting into this conversational election era, where questions are being asked, where you have a broader conversation at scale, people are also going to ask the questions of what impact does that have in policy making long term? And I think that's a much wider conversation that's going to result from this 2015 conversational election.